Welcome back to the Victor Gonzalez Show, and today we're going to be talking about the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns, well, we're not going to really talk about their quarterback situation with Deshaun Watson in legal trouble with his quarterback issues with the NFL, and his backup is Jacoby Brissett, who we know will at least be in the mix for at least the first 6 games with the NFL appealing Deshaun Watson's suspension. Now looking at his weapons, you have Nick Chubb, you have Kareem Hunt, you have Ernest Johnson, and Kareem Hunt wants a trade or a deal to get done, and he's currently holding out while in camp. At receiver, you have Amari Cooper, Donovan Peoples-Jones, David Bell, Anthony Schwartz, 4 good receivers. And then you have David Njoku, Harrison Bryant, 2 very good tight ends. And your starting O-line, you have Jedrick Willis, Joe Bitonio, Nick Harris, White Teller, and Jack Conklin, with their fullback being Johnny Stanton IV. Now with Alex Van Pelt as your offensive coordinator, it's a good thing, but how good every piece is in this offense, including Kevin Stefanski, is dependent on one man, and that's Deshaun Watson. Without knowing your quarterback situation, it really alters what you can see as a team. When you have a guy like Patrick Mahomes, or you have a guy like Chad Henne, or you have a starter versus a backup, your expectations on your team go down. Even when the Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl, the expectations of them were lower, and had Nick Foles have had to play the entire season, we saw even in the game against Atlanta in his first start, we saw a little bit we saw in the Minnesota game he didn't have the best start, but in the Super Bowl he played extremely well, which is why we don't remember the beginning of that. But if you go back, Nick Foles did struggle, and when you have a bad quarterback, there are games that are going to struggle. Jacoby Brissett's a serviceable backup. We saw it in New England when Tom Brady had his suspension and Jimmy Garoppolo was hurt. And then we saw it when he was the backup to Andrew Luck when he got hurt. And they made a trade for him from New England for Philip Dorsett. Now looking at this, you're looking at this Browns offense and you're saying, how good can it be? That's all going to be dependent on how this Deshaun Watson situation is going, and that's all I'm going to talk about it when it comes to that situation. Now looking at their defense is very exciting. You have Myles Garrett, Jadeveon Clowney, Chase Winovich, 3 are very, very good pass rushers. A late 7th-round guy in Isaiah Thomas from Oklahoma, who's I thought was underrated but had some decent potential. And then you had Jordan Elliott, Taven Bryan, Perry and Winfrey, who I think was highly underrated out of Oklahoma. And then you have your linebackers, the Joker or Jeremiah. And then you had Anthony Walker and Jacob Phillips as your 3 linebackers. Your cornerback room, it looks amazing. It's Denzel Ward, Greg Newsome, Greedy Williams, Martin Everson Jr. out of Mississippi State, and then you have John Johnson, Grant Delpit, and Ronnie Harrison as your 3 safeties. Those guys can get around, get to the ball, and make plays, which is something that this Browns defense is really going to have to do with this offense being held captive by situations. And then at kicker, you have Cade York, a rookie, which is going to be a very weird transition for a college guy going to the NFL. Some guys hit, some guys miss. We've seen some guys who weren't the best college kickers become one of the NFL's top, and we've seen some of the collegiate best kickers not really work out in the NFL. And then you have Corey Bojorquez, who's their punter, and that's going to be the Browns this year, which is why it's going to be a lot on Kevin Stefanski and his offensive coordinator Alex Van Pelt, and Joe Woods, the defensive coordinator, to really hone in on what this Browns team can be and kind of hold them and have them tread waters while their situations are being figured out with their quarterback and their running backs, their backup running back Kareem Hunt.